Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and today we're going to do a little something with the envelope punch board. So if you have one of these, this should be an easy little project for you. We are going to be using book page. So yeah, great use of book page scraps, scrap paper, whatever you have. So what you're going to need is a 6.5 by 6.5 sheet of paper, whatever paper you want. It would be kind of nice to have double-sided, just because I'll show you in just a second. You just kind of need something on both sides because we are making an envelope. What else was I going to say about this? Oh yeah, you can also do it at 7.5 by 7.5, and I'll show you a couple that I made working in my Cruciform journal. Oh, there's some little corners. So let's see, I have one here. This one is 7.5 by 7.5 is what the paper starts as. And so then you just basically make an envelope. You can see that that's that envelope shape right there. And then cut the flap off and glue it down here for a pocket. And then you punch this using the envelope punch board to look like a file folder. Words. And I just was playing around last night with the envelope punch board, and I'm sure somebody else has done something like this because, I mean, how many ways, right? But I also made this one using some of the paper from the kit. This is actually from my Art Dolls. The new Art Dolls kit has that blue floral paper, but I backed a piece of the Cruciform paper and made the envelope and cut the flap off like I told you, and put this on the tab, put the corner down there. You don't have to add the corner. It's just a good way to use up the whole thing. And if you don't have an envelope punch board, you could also do this same thing with a small envelope, which would be even easier. Just cut off the flap, you know, glue it down there if you want to, decorate it all up, and you would have the same thing. I'm going to put this one right here, and then I think I'm going to put one on this page. But anyways, we'll make one first so that you can see exactly what the plan is. So first I'm going to say hugs and blessings to Annette, Karen, and Maggie. Love you guys. Thank you so much for all your kind comments, for always watching. I really appreciate it, if I could speak words, right? So this one is 6.5 by 6.5. I can't remember what I did. 2 3/4 is what the first punch is. So if you haven't done one of these before and you're not sure how, you go 2 to the 3/4. That's where you want that corner, and then you just take your little scorer and gently, if you're using old paper like I am, make your score line and punch it. And then I turn it all the way around. This is how I learned to do it, and I just feel like I have better luck with that. And then 2 3/4 again. Make your score mark, or you can punch first, doesn't matter which way. And then you have these lines from the score, and you take them and put them right to that little pointer, if I can see my lines, because I'm going blind. And this is a little tricky with this old paper because it can crack. This is from what do you call it? The Sears Roebuck little catalog. Well, it's not a little catalog that I have, but that's what the paper's from. But you can use any paper. It doesn't have to be the same paper I have. You could use a different kind of book page too. Obviously, it'll have to be a bigger book page because the other ones, it's hard to get a 6.5 by 6.5 sheet. I'm really struggling with this right now. And I forgot to punch it. All right, so then I have my envelope shape, and I'm just gonna fold my flaps in. And I always kind of have to play with my flaps a little bit because it seems like I never quite get my scores right, and like that one's split right there. So yeah, that's the only thing with old paper that you gotta watch. And you can put some washi on it or some other book page or whatever. I mean, it's probably gonna be fine. It's one little spot out of the whole flap, but anyway. So then you have that. We can move our envelope scoreboard out of the way for the moment. And then what I did is I cut it. If you can see on your envelope, it kind of starts to curve right about there. That's about where I cut it. You can cut it wherever you want to cut it, but that was just how I decided to do it because it seemed like a good spot. So you can see I cut it before it went around the bend kind of thing. And then you need your envelope punch board again. And you're going to put it in, there's a little metal like circle kind of halfway on that. I don't know how well you can see that, but kind of halfway there just to get this edge. And sometimes I do it twice because I don't know what is picky and it won't always cut it. And then I put the point of that to 2.5, and you can make your tab whatever size you want. You do not have to make any of this the same size. You could do whatever size envelope you want to do. And then I'm going to move both of these. And you just cut basically where your fold line is from that flap being there. If you're not going blind, it'll be a lot easier for you. I even have my reading glasses on, but anymore, it's just like tricky to see some of that. You could ink it too if you have trouble seeing. And then I don't go all the way because obviously then I would cut my tab off. I just kind of go right about where the edge of that is and try to meet it up as best I can. And then I might come in and do a little bit more of a edge. You can do it how you want. And if you want to keep this over here, you can. I like to cut this off because of the way this looks on this side. I just like them to match. So that's personal choice on how you want to do that. Now you can round these corners. I'm just going to leave them the way they are. You can decide if you want this flap inside or outside. On a lot of envelopes, most envelopes, it's on the outside. But when I do these, for some reason, I like it this way. So you just decide. Part of that is because I like to cut this about, because I want it flat. I don't want that point up there. I just want to kind of do this, and I can never do it straight. Especially when all the lines on the paper are going cattywampus, right? I'm going to grab my... Just try to straighten it up a little bit. I'm not even going to see a lot of that. I just folded it more than anything, but that's okay. Let's see what we got here. So I hope you guys had a good day. I am not even to the eclipse yet. It's Monday for me. But I am not that worried about it. We're only going to get a partial. We won't get the full effect because of where we're at. But yeah, and everybody's at work and school, so it's not like I get to hang out with anybody and enjoy it. So I'm just not really worrying about it. All right, so now that I have that pretty even and folded the way I like it, I'm going to glue it together. You could, if you want to, make this a little stronger, but I'm probably going to be adding other things to it, so I'm really not that worried because it's just one sheet of book page. But if you're working with something that's like really thin, you might want to, like a dictionary page or something, you might want to do that. Oh, you know what I do want to do though? Ink it. Again, you do not have to ink. You do you. I like using these. They're kind of the index pages or whatever in that Sears Roebuck. They look really kind of cool though for these envelopes, I think. But you could use, you know, like that one I used kit paper and whatever. Use whatever you like. And you can make them any size you want to if you have an envelope punch board. And again, if you don't, you could use a little invitation envelope. Just cut your tab and, you know, don't even worry about doing all this other stuff. Just gonna put some glue. And also on this edge. And over here. Yeah, they're just kind of cute, fun little envelope pockets because they're open and you don't have to worry about the flap. Trying to get it a little tighter there. Oops, just scooched it. No scooching. Okay, and then my flap I am going to strengthen with another piece of paper just because it is a little bit thin on the outside there. I wouldn't want it to get torn or something. So if I can find something to strengthen it with. My statistics book. I was taking apart one of my old history books from college. Brings me joy, I have to say. I don't know, I enjoy history, so that one wasn't too bad. But a statistics book, I got no problem taking that apart. And then you'll have, like, if you use a big book page, you'll have pieces like that left. And of course, you can use those in whatever you want. But you can make tags out of them. I'm going to leave that little bit hanging out at the top. And then I'm just gonna rough that up. I'm just gonna use my scissors instead of my little tool because this is super fragile. Fragile. So what you guys doing? Anything fun? Did you do anything for the eclipse? We just don't. We don't get to see this one a whole lot, so see, and then you just put that as a corner tuck on there. So I think those are pretty fun. Great use of book page or whatever you want, scraps. Or even those, you could make even little bit smaller ones if you just did 6x6, like those little pads of paper. Which way? This way would be best. But I like how you can turn the flap into a pocket too. That's kind of a good thing. And then this is a little longer because I added that other book page. So we'll just get rid of that. If I can get my direction right here. Okay. And that's that. That's all you got to do. So I did some other variations and I was going to show you guys. Sorry, I don't know, my throat is being difficult all of a sudden. This was just, I did the tab the same way that I did on that one with my punch board. Made it a little smaller, obviously, because this is so little. And I just took a book page, folded it up, folded the edge down to give it a little strength right there, glued down the sides. That's all that is. That's just book page, folded up, folded that down to give it a little strength, and then glued the sides. So simple, dimple. And then this is the same thing, except instead of doing the tab up here, I just rounded those two corners because here's where the envelope fold is supposed to be. But just made it a rounded back pocket. And I thought it might be fun with this to put some eyelets, because I don't know if you guys have seen, but lots of people are doing the fold around tags where it's like a big long tag and you fold it over an envelope and put eyelets in it. So that's sort of where I'm going with this, but it's obviously a little different. This one's just going to be my sample, so I'm just going to use these cheap brads that probably won't work, but Whoa. But you could decorate it all up, obviously. I think it's this size. So you're just gonna put your little brads. You could also do it with hole protectors. I just thought brads might hold up a little bit better. Sometimes these work, these cheap brads, but most of the time they do not. See, they get all squished weird. I'm telling you, just get We Are Memory Keepers brads, or if you can find another decent brand. I just wouldn't buy the packs of, like, you know, where you can get 300 of them or whatever. Because they don't work. They do that. And they're just garbage. No matter how you try to squash them, they just don't squash right. And if you buy good ones, they're super easy to squash and they look good instead of like all wonky like that. See? Messed up. Anyway, we're just going with it for this because this is going to be my sample. And then maybe take some seam binding. The seam binding's so old, it's already got a patina on it. I did not do that. It's the way it was. I got it at a... we have this little house, and they open it every so often. It's full of antiques and stuff. And I got it at one of those. Now, if you feel like this is a little too thin, I kind of do. You could definitely strengthen it. This is just, I'm just giving you the idea right now. Something that might be kind of fun to do. You might want something smaller, thinner. And this has been folded around its little piece of cardboard for so long that it doesn't want to do anything but be folded around its little piece of cardboard. But you'll get the idea. You could do twine or some other kind of thin ribbon, small ribbon. If you made this bigger, the envelope bigger, then obviously this would probably work better. So anyways, I'm sure you get it. Okay, so that's just kind of a fun little idea. Smaller ribbon would probably be better. But anyway, put that on and tuck stuff in there would be cute. Or if you had like that really fine lace that's easy to tie, isn't stiff, it's kind of soft, that would work well too. So there's that one. And then I also did one where I folded up the bottom of the book page. I didn't fold over the edge on that one. I just cut it. And then I added another shorter version down here. I know it's kind of hard to see. But there's a shorter one, and then there's another pocket there. So yeah, again, just play with your book page. Because you can just come up with all kinds. And yeah, some stuff you come up with probably has been done. As a lot of it has. But it's fun. It's fun to just sit and mess around with it. So that is what I did. And then I have this. I'm trying to think. Actually, I might use this on that bigger envelope since I already have one in here that's bigger. I need the bigger size to go on this page. It's a bigger space than the little pages here. But you can see the size difference really well. This is a 7.5 by 7.5 piece of paper. This is 6.5 by 6.5. Isn't that crazy? So anyways, we'll use this one for today. And because I'm thinking I can put this pretty angel, and I got this out of that book that I have with all the cut and collage pieces in it. And I don't want to cover this entirely, but it might be fun to add a little color to it with a piece of scrap or something. So yeah, I think those are fun. What do you guys think? Hopefully you like that idea. Can get some use out of it. Just gonna tear it about there, I think. Give us a little color. I'm gonna move this for now. Oh, so some people were asking about my daughter's show with the flute playing and her artwork. So we got to go. We went, but it was the tiniest room you've ever seen. And so they had Jacob, who is Aiden's roommate, that was playing the flute kind of in the middle of the room. And then her graphic design all the way around the outside, obviously on the walls. And that room was so small that it was like him in the middle, and then we all kind of stood outside of the room. But then they had cameras and all kinds of things set up, for the university did, because they're doing like a showcase on the whole thing. And it was really hard to see a whole lot, so that was kind of a bummer. But I did record what I could, but you just can't see a lot of what, like, her artwork, which, you know, I understand. And when the university comes out with their video or whatever for it, then it'll probably be easier to see. But I had seen it all along, because she would ask me, you know, to check this out, see what is, you know, does it look right? Do I need anything here? All that kind of stuff. And so what she did is she took images from his, every summer he goes into the outdoors, I don't know how else to say it, in the woods and the fields and all that, because he's a biologist. And they do research and all kinds of stuff for that. And so he took a bunch of photographs of, you know, what the plants that they're looking at. They have sheep that graze the weeds, and they're trying to figure out if that's helping with the invasive weed species. And so, you know, he's got pictures of the sheep and all those kind of things. And so her main job was bringing all those together into this viewing, because it's a certain program that you have to use to make all that work, and on those screens. And so she did that, and then she did like little doodly things that like went along with the music so that they didn't interrupt those photos a lot. So yeah, that's why it was kind of hard to see, you know, a lot of that, but it was really neat, and his playing was amazing. He's very talented. So that was really cool. I kind of like this one better. These are Tracy Fox labels. I just want something for this sort of to be on. I feel like it's a little too small. I don't have any, but I think it'll be all right. I don't think it's super noticeable. That one's just so thick. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, and yeah, we had a lovely time. It wasn't very long, but the fun part was afterwards we went to dinner, and we got to meet her boyfriend, which was very fun. She's been seeing him for a little bit, but she's very, well, she's a lot like I am. We just keep to ourselves. I mean, I knew about him and all that kind of stuff, but you know, it's always scary meeting parents and all those kind of things. So anyways, it was fun. And then we all went to dinner, and that was wonderful, just listening to, and our son was with us, so the kids talking, and all of it. It was lovely. But yeah, but they did an excellent job on that showcase. I just wish we could have seen it a little bit better, but like I said, I'm sure we'll get to see more when the university comes out with what they're doing with it. So I think I'll do something like that. I think that'll be all right. So yeah, it was very enjoyable. Yeah, Jacob is extremely talented. And he got a grant to write that music composition and play it like that as part of his, you know, degree and everything, his studies, doing that summer program where he spends the summer out in the fields and in the forest and all that. So that was excellent. And that was Aiden's senior project, so that was helpful for her as well because she got her senior project done based on all of that. Which, if any of y'all remember that, can be very stressful and time-consuming. My degree was in psychology, or is in psychology, I just never have used it, but I worked with a professor who, I don't really even totally remember what the deal was, but anyway, studying smoking, like in public places, and so I would have to go sit at McDonald's and record how many people came in within a certain period of time, you know, how many smoked, how many weren't smoking, just all that kind of stuff. And I don't even, to be honest with you, remember what we even did with that, or, yeah, isn't that funny how you spend all that time doing that, and then all these years later, it's like, and why were we doing that again? But that was kind of a big push at that time to stop the indoor smoking, and I at that time was living in Reno, Nevada, and you know, the casinos and everything, I mean, people still smoke in the casinos, so obviously it didn't really do much there, but anyways, that was the big push at that time. And I love it here in the Boise area because there really isn't much indoor smoking anywhere, and it's fantastic. I just love it. Which, if you have asthma, you understand, because that is not fun. Casinos just kill me. And my son. Both of us hacking up a lung. So yeah, that was very fun though. It was going out to dinner with all of them was really a lot of fun. So, and we like her boyfriend. He's a very nice young man. I'm just happy she found someone to hang out with, do fun stuff. They do all kinds of fun hiking, and they've gone axe throwing. I think I told you about all that, but anyways, yeah. Good things. They do good things. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to figure out if I want to use, I think I might use some bits from the kit. Oh, this tag would be good. This one would be pretty in there, I think. But yeah, I hope these book page, I mean, I didn't give you tons of ideas, but there were a few ideas that you could do with your punch board. I mean, they're all very similar as far as, you know, the type of pocket that it is, but I did another crazy one. I did this, I saw on Pinterest, someone took, I just want you to see the edge, and rolled the edges of the paper. So this is just one book page over a second book page. I've crumpled it first, rolled the edge, and then I added another little piece of paper, you know, along the edge to make it look even more layered or whatever. I got a little carried away with the inking, but, and then there's another like little side pocket done the same way where you roll the edge of the paper to get just that a little bit more distressed look. And I kind of like the edge of the paper being rolled like that. So you just crumple it and pinch the edges, and then, you know, add a little glue, pinch, add glue, pinch. It's kind of a slow process, but that's another little fun, and I'm sure you could do it, all kinds of variations of that as well. So that'll go in there, and I want to add like a number or something on there, and then it would be good to put something else on that tag. All these are in the Cruciform kit. Like this one. My son is having a blast. Oh my goodness, he just loves the computer program here. It's called GIM, and I don't know what it stands for. He's told me 1,000 times, and I just stink at remembering all those kind of acronym type things. But it's like a gaming, it's programming for all kinds of things. It's not just gaming, but gaming's one of the things. But anyway, that's just his wheelhouse. He digs all that, and they've gotten to do a lot of projects, which he wasn't getting to do at the University of Idaho, which was a real bummer for him, because he's a project learner. Like, he learns well when he gets to do hands-on rather than just lectures and testing. And, I mean, I kind of feel like we all do a little bit better that way. But anyway, they mostly did, you know, lecturing and testing at the University of Idaho. And so he struggled. I mean, he did great. He got A's, but, you know, he just didn't enjoy it at all. And so he's really enjoying this a lot. Much more hands-on. And he gets to work with other... I say kids, they're adults, but you know what I mean. To me, they're kids because they're my kids' age. To do different, you know, these projects and come up with cool ideas. I don't know. He's just really enjoying it. So that makes me happy, because he was not super happy up there, unfortunately. But that happens, you know. He kind of added on another year of study now because he switched, but you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. He was probably only going to take 3 years to finish anyway, so it probably will just end up being a 4-year program. He might have to do one more semester, I think it was, after that for a class that he can't get, except they only offer them in the fall kind of thing. So I think there's one like that he'll have to do, but that'll be fine. I'd rather he get a degree that's useful, obviously. The goal is a job at the end. That's what I'm always telling them. It's like, you can study what you like, but you need a job when you're done. So just keep that in mind when you choose what to study. It's all well and good, but you need a job. These are Tracy Fox labels still. I just like to say, because I do get questions a lot of times about what I'm using. So I know I get like a broken record, but I have new people all the time, and welcome to all of you, and welcome back to people who have been following me. I appreciate all of you greatly. But yes, that is why I'm like a broken record sometimes. It's not because I'm trying to drive anybody crazy. It just, we got to keep everybody informed, right? Because we didn't all do this forever. Some are just starting, so. I'm just going to scoot that up there a little higher. Put my crumpled up tag or label, whatever this thing's called. Got my heater going because it is sunshiny, but it is not warm out there the last few days. I feel like I need something else. Destination? I don't know. Destination is a good one. Let's see. I see no signs yet of an eclipse. A lot of you, well, obviously by the time you see this, we'll all have seen it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to add anything else on there. Because I don't know what. It does need something else, though. It's so funny how sometimes it just comes to me, and other times it's much more of a struggle bus. Well, we might just leave it for now and revisit, because I'm not sure what I want to put on there. I will add some fabric to the top and stitch around. That will definitely happen. So that one can go in there. Oh yeah, we're going to put something on here we can definitely do. This one might be good. I think I might have used that same one on the other one, but it doesn't matter. This is the edge of old book page that you stamp on, and then it looks kind of cool. Just stuck on there. All old and crumbly. And I like to stamp it again. Let's do it this way. And then don't touch that black ink because it will be everywhere. And we need to do something with one of these to put in here. So that'll go in there. I just said don't touch that, and then I go and stick a tag in there because I'm good like that. That one would fit on there. I've got a million pairs of scissors sitting around here today. Some days I can't find one pair of scissors, other days I have a million. That was good. I did feel bad for my daughter's friend because he was so nervous. My husband is a big guy and often a little bit stoic, I guess I want to say. Just, you know, not super talkative sometimes. That's just him. That's just the way he is. And I don't think he knew quite how to take him. I tried to make him feel at ease, but I know that's hard. It's just so hard. I remember those days. It's just uncomfortable. And it's not a matter of not liking someone or anything. My husband's just sometimes just not very expressive. As my sister says, very kindly and not meanly. He's a little intimidating. So, yeah. But that girl is his... It's him if he'd have been a girl, really, honestly. They're a lot alike, and he loves those kids, so don't mess with them. That's the thing. But that's very normal, I would say. I don't think he thinks he's intimidating, or tries to be. He just is. Okay, I need probably something else with this. I did not, as you can see, plan all these out. But that's just part of this process, you know. You just play around, try different things, see what you like. If it works, great. A lot of times it doesn't. And you have to go through all kinds of stuff to figure out what will work best. I like this Frank Lloyd Wright one. This page is a little lighter. Thinking maybe some of the statistics paper might be better. Hold on. I need some numbers. That's what we need. Statistical Abstract of the United States. Doesn't that sound like some enthralling reading? Nope, doesn't. Well, to somebody it might. Just not to me. A little blue on there. Nope, nope, nope. And now, you don't have to do any of this stuff the way I do it. These are just ideas. because we all got our own style. And it's fabulous that we do. How long have I been jabbering at you guys? Oh my goodness, 45 minutes. Yikes. Oopsies. I think I'll put this on this side since I put that there. Do I want? Mess that up a little more. Blue. Some blue. I took a, it was called Western Traditions, but there was one whole segment of it that was architecture, and I love Frank Lloyd Wright. Love that whole time period. Okay. Did I put? Yes. Thought I did. Okay, so that'll go in there. It'll get stitched around. This will get stitched around. Where's my book? No, this way. And gonna I don't know if I want to stick this down yet, because I might want to put, because I haven't developed the idea entirely here. So I might want to put something here before I put this down. So we may just pause with that idea in mind. I kind of feel like I need something on this pocket. I wish I had more of these angels in that book, but there weren't. There was only a few of those statuey type things in there. I could put this, do I want it over here? I have this big pocket made out of Tim Holtz paper. I just love that paper. And I thought about putting this, but maybe I want this. Oh yes, I do think I want that. Yep. It switched spots. It's going in this spot now. And I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot to this pocket. I just love this blue paper of Tim Holtz. And I just made a simple, very simple pocket. Here you can see with about 1/2 inch gussets all the way around. Okay. I can't tell if I'm going crooked or not crooked here. I'm trying to go the same distance from the page, but I think that's not working. So, and who knows if my pocket's entirely square too, so there's always that. And then I'm going to scoot this up a little, and I don't care if it goes over that, but we'll probably put it on so that you could tuck something else behind there if you wanted to. But don't have to. And I don't want it all the way at the bottom. And I have no idea what I'm going to put in that pocket yet, but we'll get there. I don't want that orange file folder showing right there. Okay. I like that a lot. Very pretty. So then you could put something back here too. And something here. So I will be thinking on that and how I want to do that. But the whole idea was the envelope. So I hope you guys like those, and I hope you give them a try, because I think that is a very fun little way to do it. Then you don't have to worry about the flap, messing with the flap and like which direction to put it so that you can open and close it and just all of that. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy it, and we will chat again soon. Love you guys. Bye.